I've heard there was a secret chord that David played, and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
What's going on, guys? We're here, the Us United stream event. Oh man, I've been waiting for this for quite some time. I got Allison backstage. We're going to be letting her in a couple seconds, but before we do that, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It definitely helps support, and you know, I need all of that at this time. I really do appreciate all the support I've gotten for my mother, and I just want to say really quickly, I do appreciate everyone sending me all those nice messages and saying all these nice things. It's definitely a difficult period of time dealing with, you know, your mother and losing her potentially. But, you know, what we're here for today is for AFSP and like a similar way, in the sense that we need to help save lives. And we're going to be doing that today by interviewing. I have 3 guests lined up for today: Allison, Brandon, and a special mystery guest who will pop in towards the end of Allison's time. But guys, become a Patreon, donate to AFSP. Let's go. I am joined by Allison Crowe. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
I've never been better. Today's a day for joy. Today's a day for joy and to raise money. I've included a link in the description and in the chat, so you all can donate to either the Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund or directly to AFSP. But Allison, it's been quite a ride working with your manager. Your manager, by the way, is like no other manager I've ever met.
You're right.
Yeah,
he is. Yep, he knows what's up. He knows.
He's so nice, and and I put it this way: if the manager, because like if you send me too many emails in like preparation, that's a good thing, right? That's a good thing. Yes, it's usually the other way around, right? Where you can barely get them going. But I'm so happy to be joined by you. I loved the cover that you did for the end credits of Zach's film. And what were your overall thoughts of the movie?
I'm obsessed with it. I've watched it 4 times now. I intend after this today to go watch the Justice is Grey. It just came out in Canada. It must have come out today or last night, because we didn't get it right away. But it's on Crave now, so if you're in Canada, you can watch Justice is Grey.
Yeah. I watched about an hour of the Justice is Grey version, and the way they accentuated the monochromatic, it's gorgeous. It really is.
I can't wait.
It's gorgeous. So you how did you first meet Zach? Like, how did that all happen?
So back in around 2007, Zach was in the middle of making The Watchmen. And we heard basically from the film studio that he was thinking of using my version of Hallelujah in The Watchmen, and possibly me and Bobby McGee, because that's a cover I do as well. That's a cover I usually save for the end of a set when I don't have a show the next day. you know, a lot of fun, a lot of rock and roll. So they didn't actually, they ended up going with the original, which totally makes sense. I think Zach said it was too beautiful. So I'm like, okay, that works. I'll take it.
As far as like no goes, that's a pretty good compliment.
That's a pretty positive no. Yeah. So that's kind of how it all started. And then over time, he tried to sort of get me singing and some other things, and then eventually physically put me in Man of Steel. In the bar scene.
Yeah, and oh my God, I'll be honest with you, I didn't know it was you at first. There's my friend here. It was about, I think it was like 2 years ago, someone was like, do you know who that is, right? And I was like, who? And they're like, the person singing. And it never occurred to me that to pay attention to the singer in the background. But he was like, oh no, it's Allison. and then that's kind of when I discovered your music. I'm a little bit young, you know, I'm only, but I was like, wow, her voice is beautiful. And
thank you.
And then, so you did, how was working on Man of Steel? Like you got to meet Henry Cavill, and
it was amazing.
Right? He's something else. I can only imagine.
He's so sweet.
Yeah.
The thing that blew my mind about meeting Henry Cavill is, first of all, I was incredibly nervous. So I did not sleep or eat the night before. I was like, oh God, how do I pretend that I know what I'm doing? You know, all that kind of stuff. So I was super nervous. So I ended up getting like an hour of sleep, and then you're on set, and I met Henry at first in the makeup trailer, and I was like pretending to be cool. not pretending to be cool, but not pretending not to be totally starstruck. It's like, oh yeah, hey, good morning. I'm doing this too. It's crazy. But what blew my mind is he was British in the morning.
And then
American for the rest of the day.
I wouldn't even think about how kind of weird because like when you first meet him, he's British, but the next time you see him, he's American. You're like, hey, what happened?
Yeah, for the rest of the day.
Yeah. What did you? Oh my God, that because now for us when we see Henry Cavill, you know, that's all we know is the Clark Kent, right? The Man of Steel. But how is he like? Because I've seen him in interviews, I've seen him on podcasts or whatever. But like you said, he's a sweet guy, right? And
he's super sweet.
It's fun because in the scene that you're in, he's kind of doing something heroic, right, for a woman who is being kind of picked on and you know, that whole thing. So not only do you get to meet how sweet he is and stuff, but you get to see him like taking on this dickhead who's pinching you know, that's
it was awesome.
I can imagine. And so fast forward a couple years, and Zach's tragedy happens, and you know, that's terrible. Like it's I wouldn't wish that upon anybody. And how did it happen where you were now involved? Like where he asked you to come and do that?
Yeah, basically, you know, we heard the news and we're just gutted. It's just awful. And then they brought up to us that Hallelujah was Autumn's favorite song, and would I sing it at her service? So and so I went and I did that for the family.
When I found out about that, I was already a fan of yours, but it took it to a different level. Right. It was because that's a daunting task. It's a daunting task to be asked, can you come sing this song? It's her favorite.
Yeah.
It's not just another song. It's her favorite song at her service. That's a task that you need to be ready for. And you were. So I mean.
And you know, as a musician, I say this a lot. I think music in general is in different ways at different times is incredibly healing, you know. And so if I'm able to help someone in even just like the smallest way, even if just for that 3 or 4 minutes of that song, someone can feel better. You know, I feel as though that's sort of part of my life as a musician is doing that, and I'm kind of, you know, I'm honored to be able to do that.
Right. And I just like, because for me, like, for me, I don't know if I could do something like that. Like, as much as you'd want to, it's like, I don't know. I think the stress would kill me. Like it would kill me inside to be doing this, but, you really rose to the occasion, and it's proven by him including you at the end of Zack Snyder's Justice League, which was done so elegantly and so beautifully.
Well, thank you.
And like you rarely does a cover outperform or out. It's true. It rarely does a cover touch you more than the original. But I think yours is definitely it means something to the fandom because.
Cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, because you're now in a part of this family because you've done so much, and we truly do thank you.
Well, and you are also wonderful. Like this is what a beautiful giant family to sort of just sort of jump into.
Yeah.
And honestly, I've been sort of watching you guys fight for the Snyder Cut this whole time, and been like, yes. Secretly in the background. So it's really cool. I was actually when at the end of the fandom, I was actually watching that on my phone on the deck. It was finally spring here, and I was building this little plastic greenhouse out on my deck. So I was watching, and I watched the whole thing, and I saw Henry make the joke about his mustache, and then and then at the end, when the poster or that coming 2021 came up, I was crying along. I assume there was a lot of happy tears shed then, and I was right there with you.
Yeah, I ran down the street like just without any care. Like I was like, yeah, it's finally happening. I'm so excited. Did you ever watch the 2017 version?
I put it on and it was difficult for me, I think, just where I know the family. So I think I did. And I've sort of, this one is the one that I know. This is the one that I know. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay. You're not the only one, right? Yeah. So every single person here today, and that's throughout this whole event, feels the same way. So you're not in bad spirits. So you've had a pretty great relationship with the Snyders, and throughout this whole period, do you guys stay in touch? Do you guys?
Yeah, it's we all live pretty far apart. So, but every once in a while, everyone sort of checks in, and I think that like Vero is so great for that. You can see where anyone is in the world and what cool projects they're working on and all that stuff. Yeah. So, yeah, that's why I love the internet, man. Like it keeps everyone in contact. It doesn't matter where you are. It
has its bad parts and its really good parts.
Yeah, for sure.
So. All right. Well, back to you, I suppose. When did you know that singing and songwriting and was your thing? Because
I was pretty young. I grew up listening to a lot of the band Counting Crows and Pearl Jam and Tori Amos, and then a whole lot of jazz and all this different stuff. And I've just always loved music, and I've loved writing. Yeah. I wanted to be a poet and all these things. And then at some point in my little 12 or 13-year-old brain, I was like, you know what? I'd like to put these together. So it was somewhere around there. I kind of wrote my first song, and I always wanted to sing. I was, by myself in my room when I was a little girl. I'm almost 40, by the way. When I was a little girl singing,
you don't look it. Don't worry.
Thanks.
You don't look that.
Singing along to the Little Mermaid, and fully believing that I might be a mermaid when I grew up, which was pretty fun too. But I was also like surprisingly shy when I was little, so the idea. And I've clearly gotten over that phase of my life. But the idea of singing in front of people was pretty terrifying for a really, really long time. And then, I was in high school band and choir and stuff. So that really helped sort of go further and further and further as I grew up. And
have you always lived in Canada?
I have, yeah. I'm originally from the far, far, far west coast, on Vancouver Island, in a town called Nanaimo, city. Sorry, and that's actually where I shot my scene for Man of Steel, which was just a coincidence, which is
Ooh.
wild. So I actually flew from Newfoundland, which is my home now. I live in Corner Brook, Newfoundland, to go shoot and also visit my family because that's where everyone is.
Wow.
So yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah.
And have you, I've always kind of like been like on the fence. Like, so I always get asked, like, would you ever live anywhere else besides where you live now? And Canada, like, as an American, like, it's like, oh, you don't want to live in Canada, right? It's Canada. It's like our no good sister. But like you guys have it so much. Like, I feel like everything's nicer there, and everyone's nicer. I've been to Montreal with my high school. That was it.
Montreal's awesome.
Yeah,
cool
they brought 2 busloads of 18-year-old kids to Montreal. What an idiotic idea that was.
That must have been fun for the chaperones.
Yeah,
we used to do band trips when I was in high school. We took when I was in stage band, we took a bus down to Idaho to the Lionel Hampton Jazz Festival, and yeah, it was a bunch of us crazy band kids on buses. My dad was one of the chaperones. I'm like, you must be so tired. We're alive.
So I had reached out to somebody who was a fan of yours, and
cool.
I was thinking we could bring him in, and he could tell you how much he loves you, and how big of a fan he is.
That'd be awesome.
If that's
nice.
okay, if that's okay with you, I mean, I could tell him to go away.
No, that'd be so mean.
Yeah, I know, especially considering he is the ruler of Apocalypse. So, hey, what's up, Ray?
Hey, hello. Hi, Ray.
Yeah.
Hey. First of all, your background is amazing. That's awesome.
Well, thank you. I had to. This is where I narrate audiobooks, and it's like black moving. Oh my God, my hair is doing really interesting things.
So mine too. It's cool.
Sweet. Well, this is what happens when you invite Celts into your broadcast, my friend. All right.
Just get
Give us a
wild
minute.
there.
We'll be singing and crying and drinking.
There'll be a shanty or two before.
There'll be something. Yes, exactly. So this is I narrate books in here, and so I'm using like basically black moving blankets, and it looks dismal. And when I started doing these things, I was like, everybody's got such cool stuff in their backgrounds. What am I going to do? I thought I would make it look like a stoner's bedroom from 1978.
I enjoy that. I did like
Job done.
I had the poster of the dolphins with the black light that when you turn the lights off, the dolphins glow. Yeah.
Oh my God.
In the 90s.
Listening to that Journey album. Let's go. No, really, listen to this part.
Like, listen.
No,
yes.
You hear what the guitar is doing there? That's so true.
Thank you so much for joining.
You know this. I've talked to you about this. I love your
that's
music.
so nice.
I've been listening to all sorts.
I love you as well. This is so awesome.
Yeah. I was reluctant to like try to overload the show. But I didn't want to like dawn on anyone, but I was like, this is going to be such a fun experience, and like I need to get everybody, because everybody has been so deeply committed to AFSP and the Snyder family, and I'm so happy to be a part of it. I really am.
And I think this is a different sort of day. I mean, a lot of these broadcasts and things like that, it's about, hey, let's talk about the movie. Let's talk about this. There's only one thing we're really discussing right now, and that's supporting AFSP.
Exactly.
Awesome. Yep, absolutely.
And it's a great chance to go off piste and be like, I love your music. I really love you. I mean, it's just like
for Dark Side.
for Dark Side.
By the way, really quick though, wow, you were terrifying. I was
thank you.
Shaking in my boots, like, because I got to see it on the 13th, which was about 5 days early, and I just wanted to scream at the top of my lungs how much you surprised it. I'm not really surprised because I knew that you were gonna kill it, but like to the lengths that you went, so good. Oh my God!
Thank you so much.
Both of you guys, and us as fans, we are so grateful to the people that were a part of this film and held it in for so many years, and knew that there was this other thing out there.
Yeah.
So I really hope that not only can we experience this film as many ways as possible, as much as possible, but we can dive deeper into it in the future. So
Sure.
that would be a great thing.
Yeah.
That would absolutely be a great thing. But it's there's so much. It's funny, so much justice being done, right?
Right.
This film is getting seen. Zach's vision is being fulfilled. People are coming together in a really good way, and raising money for something that matters. It's not just. I mean, it transcends fandom. I think at this point, and it really is, very much a community kind of thing, and that seems to have been even getting more so recently as people are really the unity, right?
Yeah.
For the unity.
To restore the Snyderverse.
To restore the Snyderverse. Let's have more. I want you to write and sing something for Darkseid when he comes on.
Oh man, that would be so metal. That would be so cool. That would be so
Can it have a fiddle in it, please?
Yes.
I want a
metal
fiddle and a mandolin. Yes. I'm learning bouzouki.
100%.
So, yeah.
Oh, bouzouki is so beautiful.
I'm learning Celtic bouzouki. Yeah. So, because I've been playing guitar for years and doing sessions and that sort of thing, and I've always loved that sound.
Right.
It's so pretty. My friend has one in my band, and when she plays it, I'm like, it's just so pretty. It's the same. If you wanna learn the fiddle, it's the same.
Yes,
same
I know
strings.
exactly. I mean, I say it's a mandolin with a thyroid problem.
Yeah. It is.
Oh, anyway.
Oh man.
So I just basically wanted to pop in and say hi. I'm not like here.
Awesome.
I'm like settling in. I'm just diving
I'm so
in,
excited.
Yeah.
Can I tell you that when I've premiered the movie now twice on my own and twice with two groups of friends at my house, and every time I come on the stream, I was talking to him on Twitter. I was talking to him about Newfoundland, and I was like, I stopped short of being like, you can stay at our house if you want. I was like, okay, I gotta slow down.
I love it. And I covet the dachshund, I have to say, by the way.
He's walking around right now. I'm not sure where he went, actually. Yeah,
That's the thing about a dachshund. You're never really sure where they've gone. But
there he is. I don't know if you heard that sound, but that was good.
her manager, we've been talking for a while, and like my dog had broke his femoral bone, and her manager's name's Adrian, and he sent me all these pictures of your dogs, and like in their natural habitats, laying around and being beautiful and elegant, and I was just like, thank you so much. Like I needed this. Like it's been such a weird journey and weird time for me. And your dogs, they're so cute. And
dogs are just amazing. Cats are too. Animals are just great.
Animals.
Yeah.
I really do, because I mean at this time my mother is in decline in health, and I was. Yeah, it's definitely it's been challenging for me, and
for sure.
But he was sitting next to me the other day, and I was kind of like, I had a little breakdown, and he like looked up at me, raised his paw, and put it on my chest, and I was just like, oh my God, you are the greatest! Like so intuitive. I was beside myself. And
they're little empaths. They're so nice. Yeah, he's coming over to say hi. Are you coming to say hi? I hear
toenails.
he's coming to get me to throw the toy and then run away with it. Oh well, right. We'll try.
It's important.
We'll try.
This is important.
Yeah. But Ray, I can't say thank you enough, and I definitely, I can't wait to have you back on so we can get into the nitty gritty of Darkseid and Apocalypse.
Yes,
he's coming to say hi.
Oh, he is. Yay!
Hello. Hey, buddy. Hi. Yeah. Hello. He's like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, I gotta go. Thank you. He says hey.
Hi.
So dachshund too. It's like, what are you talking about, new people?
He's like,
I don't know.
If mom's not mine, she's not anybody's.
No, I just think that if dogs have a bar, a dachshund is the doorman.
Yes.
Absolutely. They are. Yes. They're little bouncers.
Yeah, they really are. Like, no, sorry, no.
But damn it, the dog totally threw
Sorry,
me off.
I know.
No, I love it. I'm such a, like I said, I could just look at them all day and you know. But Ray, I can't say thank you enough for all the work you've done for AFSP, for us, and for the fans, and for Darkside and Apocalypse.
It has absolutely been my privilege.
Yeah, and we look forward to having you on very soon to get into all of it and
down
break
into
it down.
nuts and bolts and stuff. I just wanted to come be a fan.
I'm so excited that you popped in. That's so awesome.
Oh my God. Seriously, your performance of that song for that film is so raw and so strong and so vulnerable and all of these incredible emotions. I mean, the song itself is great. Your performance of it, there's a lot of cuss words I would say right now, and like the highest praise. But seriously,
thank you so much.
It's perfect for the film, for all of the events surrounding the film. It's wonderful at the end of the movie that we get this glorious release, this cry to the heavens, you know, and that's in your voice, and it is a fantastic performance.
Well, thank you so much. So, it's a release for me too when I sing it. It's one of those things that I hope that is. So thank you.
No, it's very evident,
so
and you know, to be that vulnerable is marvelous.
Yeah.
So
I had a moment at the end of the film.
Thank you. I appreciate that so much.
Yeah. I really did, and it's 4 hours of like emotional roller coaster, and then to finish it that way was touching. It really was. It was and I just not a lot of times do I sit besides a Marvel film where there's something at the end, like right, you know, after the credits. Oh yeah. I just sat and listened to it for the whole time, just smiling and like kind of rejoicing and I.
But
truly.
It's also a great way into all of your vast other catalog, all of your other music and all of that. So, you know, after you've emptied your pockets and donated tons of things to AFSP, go to Allison Crowe's website and buy music and check everything out, please, because it's the deal.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that
very much.
All right, I'm going to go, but
yes,
have a great rest of your day.
Oh, it's so nice to visually, you know,
yes, exactly.
internet meet you.
And when I come back on his show, you have to pop in, okay?
Okay, that sounds awesome.
Right, good. Yes,
hey, cool. You know I'm in for it. We're golden. We're golden.
We'll be like, yeah, dude, you just sit there. We're going to talk about the stars for a minute.
I'm okay.
3 Laravays, Allison. 3 Laravays.
Man, that's awesome. I've got one so far. Yeah, they are the best. 100%.
They are just marvelous.
Actually, when you hear Ring of Fire from Men of Steel, that was played on a Laravay in studio. It's a different guitar in the film because I didn't actually own one. But then after the movie, I bought one because I was like, this is great. They're just
wonderful things. They really are. All right, I'm going to go because we could go forever on that.
Hey, don't worry.
See you. It was so nice to see you.
Good to see you.
All right. Thank you so much, Ray. All right, now I gotta switch the background. I'm so I was awesome. So excited. I was so excited when he said it. He was like, "Hey, would you mind if I joined for Allison? I really love her music." And I was like, "Are you kidding me? Of course." And
that's so nice.
So instead of for Darkside, it was for Allison.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So, but I am such a fan of yours, and I know today is a different kind of situation, right? It's not necessarily like, oh, come on, let's talk about all of what you've done in your life, and to say yes to that, and to say you'll do that is just speaks volumes for who you are. And I know everybody here, and I know everybody in my team is super grateful for you, and we all like I and maybe a month or two down the road we can get you actually on a dedicated show to explore your
that would
talent.
be awesome. And I just want to say how incredible you are and how incredible you all are in the way that you come together and raise so many funds for suicide prevention. Like, it's so incredible. It's so it touches my heart. In a really, I'll get emotional, but every time I see it, it's awesome what you guys do. And I don't know, I'm like, 100% hashtag restore the Snyderverse every day.
Yeah.
I hope it happens, because at the end of that movie, I was like, okay, I need so much more now.
My question is, how could anyone sit through that film and at the end say, well, I'm good?
Yeah, exactly. It was like, okay, well, I know that was 4 hours, but I need a good 8 to 10 more right now.
Yeah, at a minimum. At a minimum, because you got to think. So if we got Justice League 2 and 3, we're hoping they're 3 hours a pop at least, or maybe a long form storytelling with HBO Max. So
awesome.
No one's asking for Zach to be given control of the DCEU as a whole, but to be given the right to finish his arc and his story.
Because you can tell there's so many stories that would continue, right?
Right. And it's even said in the film, the multiverse, and that's kind of the way DC wanted to go with things. And then they're like, well, no Snyderverse. That can't be real. Yes, it's real. And I really hope that you get more chances to sing and
me too. That'd be awesome.
Work with Zach. If as a final thoughts, what is your most memorable moment from this whole thing, right? This whole, once you entered till whenever you'd like to go or think about what the end is at this point, right? It's not really the end, but what's your favorite or most memorable moment?
I think for me, it was watching it, and so I had this sort of out-of-body experience when the end credits came on, because I didn't really know that it was going to be the entire end credits. Like, I just sort of assumed, like, how end credits go. There's some songs and some score and all this stuff. And I think that was, it was one of my favorite moments. It was probably my most emotional. Like, I think I was holding a lot of, like, excitement and anxiety and all this stuff about how it was going to go and all those things, as you do as an artist. That's just kind of par for the course, I think. Right. But I broke down. I broke down, and I sat here because also, COVID, we were just at home. Yeah. So I'm sitting here going, like, what do I do? Oh my gosh, it feels like, and I keep saying this in interviews, it feels like someone came into my house, turned the actual end credits down, and then, like, put me on.
Right. Kind of like jimmied it so you can, I would assume it's almost surreal.
It is completely surreal
to see yourself into that in that way. And I do. Our producer definitely wants to say hi. He keeps bugging me to come in and say hi. So,
hi, how are you?
Hi, good. How are you doing? It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. It's funny. Ty said he's going to do all the background questions in another interview, and all my questions are background questions. But no, I'm joking. I did want to ask you one question. You brought up Man of Steel. Did Zach ever say why Ring of Fire? Because he's a very deliberate person. Did he ever tell you why Ring of Fire?
He didn't say specifically, but I just know that he's a huge Johnny Cash fan. Okay. Like, he is a huge fan of Johnny Cash. And what's kind of like, this is exciting to me, probably only, honestly, but my cat's name is Johnny Cash.
There you go.
He's like 14 years old before this happened. But yeah, so I as far as I know, and I'm sure there is probably, something more to it. But as far as I know he's a huge Johnny Cash fan. So it was pretty cool to do something that he's a huge fan of as well, right?
Right. And I don't know if anyone knows this. Her manager actually brought this up to me. That place burned down.
It did.
Isn't that weird?
Last year, 2 years ago, or something like that.
Yeah. And so she's saying Ring of Fire there. And her manager told me the whole history of that place. It was a
pretty rough bar.
Yeah.
It wasn't one that I'd ever been to, but until we filmed, right? And it had been long closed, right?
Yeah.
But the Cassidy seat was on the highway in between Nanaimo and Parksville, Victoria, lots of different places. Not Parksville, wrong way.
Right.
Sorry, I went the wrong way up the island. But, every time, if I would take a drive to Victoria, you drive past it, you drive past that, you drive past the bungee zone kind of thing. So the fact that we were there for a full day with the film crew was the wildest thing. It was so cool. Yeah.
Right. Oh my God. When he told me that, I was like, oh, that's a little creepy. It just burned down after she sang Ring of Fire.
It's a little, it's a little,
it's daunting there.
Yeah.
Maybe Superman went back there afterwards after he got fired. He's like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he was so mad.
I saw that truck driver was back there. He's like, all right.
Jack, I think we have time for one more, and then
cool.
And then I know. So don't worry, Allison will be back.
All right.
She says,
absolutely.
So, I know you play guitar, and I know you play piano, correct? Which do you prefer? Because I have a preference. What do you like playing more?
Well, it depends. So for me, throwing the toy, sorry. For me, it kind of it depends on the song. Piano is my favorite, probably just because I know it the most, and it's what I played first. Yeah.
Okay, and do you have any advice for someone who's young who wants to be a singer? Yeah, just do it. Like, so
wait a second. Wait.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I said just do it. Is that?
Make your dreams come true. Just do it.
Sorry,
That was him, not me.
I had you set it up perfectly, and it was amazing. So thank you.
Did I copyright Nike or something? I was like, oh no, it's shy. But I would say, and I teach voice to people of all ages, and I would say, don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't. I don't believe that. I believe very strongly that everyone has a right to sing. And if you want to sing and if you love to sing, and even if you want to do it just like, sing walking down the road, sing in the shower, whatever, you should do it. And if anyone tells you otherwise, they're wrong. That's what I would say.
There you go.
That's my teacher voice coming.
There you go.
Yeah.
And we are, like I said, I've said it multiple times now, maybe more than anything else. We are so grateful for you, and to everyone watching, make sure if you haven't already, donate to AFSP or the Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund. Either of them help tremendously, and then continue using the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse, as well as spreading the word about AFSP and Zack Snyder's Justice League, so we can see this vision foreseen to the end.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. This was awesome.
It was my pleasure. Honestly, I would never I'm a little flustered at maybe set myself up a little bit too densely, right? And I'm like, I don't even want to tell you. I don't even want to say, all right, let's wrap this up so I can get Brandon in. I would like to continue this conversation because I am enjoying it. Yes.
You don't want to piss off
Brandon's
Batman.
awesome.
I mean,
no.
Even if it's just young Bruce Wayne, he's gonna grow into.
He's starting his story. You're at the beginning, so awesome.
So I will definitely be in touch, Allison. I am so like I said, you're what you've done and with your career and what you've done with your life, and it's tremendously inspiring, and just keep being the person you are now, and you'll be fine. Right.
Awesome.
So
thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah, I think even if I didn't want to be, I can't help it. So there we go. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we're gonna be jumping in. We're gonna be. I don't think she knows how to leave. Do you know how to leave?
Hey, she's back. Second interview time.
Just.
Now my question is, where were you born?
See, now you know I'm 40, right? Okay, there I found it. Okay.
I love this. I love this.
Great.
So I'm gonna get Brandon in here now.
Right.
Ready for you is what I'm gonna say.
Right.
Ready for you. Guys, thank you so much. While we're waiting for Brandon, who just texted me and said he's ready. What did you guys think of the Suicide Squad trailer? I know we didn't get to do a stream. Some things are happening and changes are happening, but let us know in the comments what you think of the Suicide Squad trailer. Jack, what did you think?
I liked it. I liked it. Some of the jokes didn't hit too hard for me, but that's fine. I'm not expecting the Snyder cut. I'm expecting a hard R-rated. I'm expecting something like The Boys, and that's the vibe I got. Kind of raunchy, violent. I mean, the fact that we see King Shark literally rip a dude in half
and eat him at one point, that was amazing.
And eat another like nom nom, and I was like, that's it. That's what I want. I don't want like a brilliant, thinking man's movie. I want a fun movie, and this is James Gunn doing an R-rated movie. This is going to be full James Gunn. It looks fun. It looks entertaining. Every character popped out, and he's got more. I'm excited.
Yeah.
Very excited.
All right. So our next guest is who I've been so grateful to, because he's been so giving and so into this, and so generous with his time. He's a cool kid. I've been watching a lot of his stuff lately, and I'm so beside myself. But so he plays young Bruce Wayne in Batman v Superman. He's definitely older now. But here is Brandon. How are you?
Hi. How are you, man?
Hey,
Hey, Brandon, how are you?
How are you, man? Good to see you.
Good to see you too, man. What's the craziest thing is I've been watching a lot of your like old Instagram lives, because people have them everywhere.
Right.
And I'm like, I keep forgetting I'm not talking to that kid. You're so young in those.
Yeah, man, it's crazy because like I'll see a bunch of pictures on Instagram and like, dude, like I was so young and I've changed so much from that. Like it's just pictures and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, you've really grown up. How did you get into acting? Like, was it your parents, or was it something you aspired to?
It's so back when I was like in elementary school and stuff, and I was younger, I was probably like 7 or 6. So I did like local theater stuff from like my school and stuff, and then I would kind of do like little print work, modeling situations. So I signed with my first agency to do like modeling, and it's a funny story. They gave me an audition. And I booked it, and I booked my first one, and I went on set, and I thought I was an extra. So I was sitting in the extra line, and they were like, name, and I was like, Brandon. They're like, wait, no, you don't need to be here. Like, you need to be like with the crew and cast. And wow. And then after that, I signed with them, and really that just kind of started it, got into it.
That's, I kind of like wish that my path went a different way. Like someone
it was a blessing, dude.
Someone got. And I mean, now, honestly, we do hear a lot of stories of younger people who get into acting before, really they develop their own personality, right? So the problem would be, and this is like from people saying it and what we've seen, from the Disney Channel and
right.
What happens to those kids. I mean, did you find it weird to be thrust into this world so early before, or was it kind of normal to you? Because you seem very, very normal.
Yeah, no. At first, it was like a big jump for me. I was like going into like, because I was only like 8 or 7. I was like, oh wow, like this is pretty cool. But as it went on, it kind of became a little bit of a normal thing. So I mean, it hasn't been too different. I'm kind of used to it now. But when I first started, it was like, I was like, this is fun. Let's hop into it. So, but I mean, it hasn't really changed anything. It's been great.
That's awesome. And did you play baseball, right? I think Jack told me.
Baseball and football, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, because on your Instagram, I see you playing as a catcher, as a pitcher. I see you tagging out on base. What do you like playing the best?
Second base, probably.
Second base? All right.
Catching was just like that. I usually don't do that. So they were like, it was our last game of the season. So they were like messing around, like, put him at catcher. So I was like, all right, cool, let's do it. So I had to get
I'm a big baseball fan, and I saw the pictures. I'm like, ooh, baseball starts this week.
Oh, yeah, you can see it all behind me right there. The bats and everything.
Yeah. Where are you from originally?
Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia.
So you're a Brave. I'm a Phillies fan.
Oh, yeah, big Brave. Oh.
I think I have to take him off the stream now.
I'm a Red Sox fan, so we're all different, man. We're all different.
The Braves, man, they've been killing it. They are just
they've been doing pretty good, but we had a bit of a tough break with the Dodgers, man. That's just you can't blow a lead like that, dude. That's just disappointing. Yeah. But Atlanta's known for blowing leads. So
yes, they are.
But they were the team of the '90s, man. That '90s team was amazing.
Oh yeah, 95 and all.
Yeah. We have this little video. So what they did for Us United. By the way, guys, again, donate to Autumn Snyder Tribute Fund, which is in the comments. It's pinned, and then I do have it in the description if you'd like to donate straight to AFSB. We for Us United, the streaming event, what we did was we reached out to people and we asked that they make little videos. And I'm going to show one now. And
Awesome. Yeah.
we can do that. And then I'd like to jump in a little bit more about how it was to be on set during BVS and
course,
some of your other projects and so this is from a fan of Zack Snyder, and this is his video.
I'm Shubhajit Dash from Kolkata, and I'm a long-term DC fan and now Snyder fan also. From the very start of Batman v Superman Ultimate Edition release, and then slowly coming together to form a group, to form a community, and then finally having our own fight, and lastly to see the Zack Snyder Justice League in its full glory. I want to just say that I'm happiest person in the world, just because Zack Snyder and Deborah Snyder and all their family members got a closure, at least in some form, and they could do this.
Hello Zack and fellows, here is Ulysses from Hong Kong. Thank you for what you have been done for the AFSP, and thank you for the big epic movies you have made. This means to everyone. Hope, faith, love is always the important part of the life equations, especially for the hard time with this global pandemic. I suffered from anxiety before. The success of this movement double confirmed that hope is always here, even it is in the narrow corridors. Thanks.
Hey guys, greetings from India. Yeah, I've been a fan of Zack ever since I watched 300 for the first time. I simply fell in love with his work. Man of Steel is my most favorite movie of all time. I watch it when I'm happy, I watch it when I'm sad. In the past, whenever I was in a tough situation in my life, that movie filled me with positivity, with hope that there will always be a better tomorrow, and it made me realize that I need to work for it. And I just want to say thank you, Zack, thank you, Debbie, thank you to everyone involved in making Zack Snyder's Justice League a reality, because you have worked tirelessly for months, and you deserve to be appreciated for that. That's why on behalf of all the fans, I say thank you, we love you.
Hey Zack, I hope you are doing well. Huge fan from Egypt and a big supporter since the day one. I have been fighting all along for this movie, and the dream has come. Your work has meant to me a lot of love, passion, sympathy, and a true thank to you for your dedication and hard work in completing Zack Snyder's Justice League. Thank you, Zack Snyder. Thank you.
Frankly, I have no words to describe what Zack Snyder's work, not only his films, but his charity work, means to me.
Hello, Mr. Zack Snyder. My name is Joshua, and I'm a huge fan of your work from Honolulu, Hawaii. I wrote a little message here for you, so please bear with me while I read it aloud. I want to wish you and your wife, Deborah, and the rest of your family great health, happiness, safety, and prosperity for the rest of your lives. May God bless you and continue to watch over you and your family. I wanted to congratulate you on your Justice League. I thought it was a beautiful and epic cinematic masterpiece. I found myself laughing, crying, cheering, and jumping for joy. I want to let you know that your cause through AFSP means the world to me. I'm so glad I was able to contribute and be a part of something so beautiful, organic, authentic, and inspiring. I've been anticipating your film since Man of Steel was first announced. The DCEU has been my personal favorite franchise growing up, and you did my heroes justice. I hope you will consider looking into adapting my favorite computer games to live action on the big screen as well, Max Payne 1 and 3 and Half-Life. You would be perfect. In closing, thank you so much for your dedication, passion, perseverance, and the love you put into creating my favorite comic book movie of all time. Mahalo.
Hi Zack, I just want to say thank you for working so hard and giving us a true sequel to Batman v Superman. I really enjoyed watching the story arcs of each League member and how they go through their emotional journeys and how they overcome it. I'm forever grateful to witness the completion of your intended version of the Justice League.
Hello Zack Snyder, I want to say thank you for the Zack Snyder Justice League on 18 March, and I cannot wait to see the whole story of Justice League from you, because when I know about the whole story about the behind the scenes, so I decided to support the movement release the Snyder Cut, and I'm really happy. I cannot wait to see all this story on the Justice League on 18 March. Please.
Hello, I'm Shohan Parkar from India. I'm a member of DC community of Bengal. I love Zack Snyder. I love his films. I think Zack Snyder is a visionary director and one of the all-time greats. I think I find his films to be visual masterpieces. Each scene is intricately carved and made with passion, and that shows. His women characters are so powerful and inspiring. Zack Snyder, it shows that he really understands the comics. He knows the character, he deconstructs them and puts them into modern tropes which are so inspiring, so fulfilling. Superman, Batman, Cyborg, Flash, Wonder Woman, and I love the level of depth of the mental health issues his films touch on. Thank you, Zack Snyder, for giving us the Snyderverse. Restore the Snyderverse. Us united.
What's up, Zach? I just wanted to thank you for changing my life with your movies. I saw 300 when I was in high school, and that was just like the first time I was blown away by a movie. And I grew up in the 90s as a massive Superman fan, and there wasn't a whole lot of material out there for us. And you changed all that with Man of Steel. And then when BVS came out, my favorite movie of all time, I was just blown away, and I loved it. And I saw it early because we went to a screening of that trailer, and you gave everyone a free ticket. And when Justice League came out, I was just heartbroken. You held SnyderCon. I live in New Jersey. I flew across the country. I needed to meet you. I needed to see what was going on and ask you the question: does Zack Snyder's Justice League exist? And it does. I'm going to watch it in 2 days. We did it. I knew something had to be done. We all did, and we all came together. And I thank you for that. Now it's my life. I got Farnsworth House from BVS hanging behind me in my apartment. I'm excited for what's to come. Restore the Snyderverse.
Well, this is the first time where I saw Dawn of the Dead. The first time I saw Zack Snyder's film. Now we released the Snyder Cut. The Snyder Cut was released. We all did it. And to say that I'm happy, it's beyond words. Because what does Zack Snyder's Justice League mean to me? Well, as someone who is also part of this film industry, as someone who is an actor, who helps others that make their own films, Zack's films has taught me that I gotta do things with my heart and my passion. Because when I put my heart and my passion out there, people will see it, and people will like it, and people don't fight for you because they agree with what you put out. Powerful art can heal. Zack did that. And he healed all of us. And in turn, he healed him. Because look, take a look at what happened. Biggest thing, I didn't expect it. I did not expect any of it. And now, Zack is Zack King. I'm talking about it. So we gotta do something.
Wow. All right. So I'll be honest with you. I didn't know that was everybody. That's on me. But that was beautiful. That was really.
I love how this movement, we've talked about a lot, but like all over the world, everyone's so divided right now. This movement brought so many people together.
Oh, it's crazy. I see it all over social media through Instagram, like the tags, hashtag, all that. It's definitely done a lot.
Yeah. What were your thoughts on the film? Did you watch it yet?
Oh yeah, I've watched it. It is so much. It is so good. I love it. And especially with she was on before the song, dude. That was beautiful.
Ooh,
it made my mom cry. Like my mom was in tears.
Yeah, I mean, so us three, so we have another co-host as well, and this is the producer. We all got to see it like about a week early, and can't really talk about it to anybody, and it was frustrating, but it was beautiful, and I just wanted to scream at the top of my lungs, you know, and you know, that's what we do when we talk about movies and stuff, and we couldn't, and it was definitely
it was so hard.
It was you had to hold the whole, because spoiling this movie would not be like spoiling any movie that came before it. This is more than a film to most people, and that's kind of why we're here today. How What if you remember? I mean, what was the process like to get the role as young Bruce Wayne, and how did that all happen?
Yeah, so Zach said on the audition, he said, I'm going to give you a tape, and then you want to send a video of you with an emotional scene. This is actually related to the scene. So I did a audition tape where I talked about my grandfather passing, and actually he passed away on the day it would have been the 2-year anniversary. Batman vs Superman came out, it was the 2-year anniversary.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, it was honestly, that's why Batman vs Superman is also a big movie for me.
Yeah.
Like I like how Zack Snyder's Justice League is also big for him. It just relates, and it's just So no, that's why it's got a big piece in my heart for that though. That movie.
That's amazing, and then actually like working on the film, like, so the scene that you're in is one of my favorite, because the way it opened the film up, it was, you knew this wasn't going to be just another Batman movie, right? Like this was something else entirely, I was actually like, the way this all happened, and then getting you here today is weird for me, because I always, like, when I watch that movie, like, that opening is one of my favorite openings of any movie of all time. And it just so happens that you're the person in it. So we talked about being thrust into Hollywood, but I mean, was this the first big film?
Oh yeah, this for me, when I truly like found out at first like what I was doing, oh man, dude, this was like insane for me, because like every year I had been Batman for Halloween. Every year, I swear. And so getting into that, being that role was just, dude, you couldn't believe. I was like jumping up and down when I found out. It's just so exciting, and just the energy for it was great.
Right, right. And did you get to meet anyone on the set? Like, did you get, because the scene, obviously you're young Bruce Wayne, so I couldn't imagine, that old Bruce Wayne is like, okay, like watching.
Right.
So
I didn't really get to meet Ben Affleck. I met him at the premiere, but I'm Jeremy Irons, play Alfred. I did the opening scene with him, when they carry the caskets. So with him, he was awesome. He was great. But Henry Cavill actually watched a little bit of on set, because I think he was doing something else. So that was pretty cool. But I mainly met everyone at the premiere. I was very by myself when filming.
Yeah, and people don't realize that's how films work. It's not everybody's there every day. Yeah. It's like it's almost a way of compartmental. I can't even say the goddamn word. Yeah, that's the one. That's the one. And it's a way that you only have who you need on set that day on that time
day and everything.
How old were you in that scene?
Oh, I was like 10.
Okay, so this is only a few years into it, huh?
Yeah, this was
And
this was like 2 to 3.
And are you a junior now? Like in high school?
I'm a junior in high school. Yes,
I did the math out, and I was like, I'm gonna say junior, but I didn't know exactly. And are you doing like homeschool? Are you back in school?
I'm actually in school right now. I'll go in just because sometimes when I'm virtual, I don't really pay attention. It's everywhere. So and I see my Xbox. I'm like, oh great, I want to play that now. But I'm in school right now, so it hasn't been too bad. But it definitely keeps me focused, which is better.
Yeah, man. If there's one thing I can tell you, don't take it for granted. Right. I wish I could. Like, I'm 27. I look younger, and that's great. I love that part of it. But like, I miss just the being in school. Like, I know it's different for you, but
once you're out, you miss it.
Yeah, once you're out, and all these adults will like tell you the same thing. Was, oh, don't count your blessings, But like in reality, the schooling is not what I miss. It's the people and the places and the things that you do inside of those functions. And would you ever consider playing another DC character or jumping back into the role of a superhero, like a legitimate in-suit superhero?
100%.
100%. Do you have any?
100%.
I mean, Batman. Like we could all say, yeah, we'd love you to be Batman. But we'd probably have to wait, right, 5 or 6 more years. And
right, at least get something. But I would say Batman, Yeah, like, but like that's already a given that I would want to do that.
Right.
But if I had to pick another superhero, I would definitely. This is so hard.
I could see you as a lot of different people because you're
Flash, maybe.
I was gonna say he kind of resembles a Flash character.
Well,
Like
I was going to say
Flash.
with the longer hairs, maybe a little bit of Nightwing.
Yeah, Nightwing too, and you could.
Nightwing exists. We haven't seen him yet, or Dick Grayson rather in the DC.
Yeah, right. That's I get a lot of Robin as well. That like
Me too.
I've gotten so much fan art on Instagram of people like pasting my face on the Robin and doing like with the multiverse, everything like that. Like
that would be awesome.
That would actually kind of be poetic if he played young Robin to Ben Affleck's Batman.
Right. Yeah.
Right. We know in Snyder Cut that Robin was killed. We were supposed to see that. Hopefully, we still will.
So that would be kind of. That'd be kind of cool.
Because
interesting.
Let's face it. I mean, you don't look the same as you did when you were 10 years old.
Yeah,
right?
Man,
if they brought you in to do like another project, no one would be like, what the fuck?
I'd like to see
that
notice that. Yeah. Like, oh, it's young Batman right there. What's he doing?
Yeah. So I don't think anyone would have a problem with that. Listen, I'm a campaign for it. I'm starting it.
Let's do that.
Hashtag Brandon Spink Robin.
In Justice League 2.
What's it been like? I mean, you have you're verified on Twitter. You're all of this coming at age 17. Like, what are your thoughts on like on all this and how it's gone?
Honestly, go on.
You've been in a lot of other things too. So I mean, do you have any other projects you're working on right now?
I actually do. I have this trilogy, Fear Street, coming out in July. Yeah.
I was going to ask you about that because I'm a huge R.L. Stein fan, but you're a little bit younger. I don't know. Did you grow up with R.L. Stein at all? Goosebumps? And all that?
Goosebumps, yeah. Goosebumps. Yeah. I grew up reading his books and stuff. Yeah.
What's coming out?
It's called Fear Street. It's coming. Hopefully soon. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's another series that R.L. Stein did. It's not as popular as Goosebumps, but it was actually a really good series of books he did.
Right.
Called
Fear
Street.
Awesome. Yeah. Fear Street. I'm so pumped for it.
Are you So is it a series or a
trilogy of movies?
Okay, it's a trilogy of movies. All right, you said that. I'm an idiot. And are you? Is this public information yet, or is this something you have to keep on the download?
It's like yes and no. There's like stuff online that's already like a given, but there's some stuff that I have to like
keep on the download.
Be careful, but I can give you like it's 3 movies: one in 1666, 1978, and then 1994. It takes place in 3 different time periods. So,
okay.
And I will be in the 1978 one.
Awesome. Yeah. Awesome.
That's pretty cool.
I'm definitely gonna watch that. I was a huge Goosebumps fan, so
me as well. Yeah, so I was pumped.
I grew up reading those books and all those things, and that's gonna be really cool for you. And why don't you take us through the projects you've been in besides BVS? What was your most memorable role beside? I mean, was it probably with BVS? I mean, I would assume maybe it's BVS, but what's your favorite or most memorable role?
I have multiple. I wish I could say pick one, but I definitely Once Upon a Time. That one was good. That one was awesome. Mm-hmm. Being in like the medieval time set and like all that, and then playing like Rumpelstiltskin's son, dude, that was awesome. And like even seeing the set and what I had to wear, it was just so exciting. It was so cool.
Yeah. Wow. I wouldn't have pegged, but Once Upon a Time is one of those shows that's like, people love it, like to death. Love that show.
Yeah.
Right.
I wasn't for me. But I'm a huge Supernatural fan and stuff like that. And when Supernatural was on, Once Upon a Time, like I just didn't. But I watched your episode in preparation for this, and you did a really good job. And you're very talented in a way that you're going like you have a long career ahead of you if you stay on the. As long as you don't turn into like Shia LaBeouf or anything, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine.
That's what I'm going for. That's what I'm hoping for, man.
I wanted to ask you about the Gary Marshall movie you did with Jen Aniston and Timmy Alpha, because Gary Marshall, like I'm not into romantic comedies, but he was kind of a legend. He's like Pretty Woman, Princess Diaries. You got to work with him in his last film. You were with Jen Aniston and Timothy. What was that like? You're surrounded by these big stars.
Gary Marshall is probably one of the nicest dudes I've ever met.
Yeah.
I mean, he's such like a family oriented guy. Like you'll see Barbara, his wife, in all the movies. Like he'll bring people that he knows into the movies. I mean, his nephew is we're in the movie. He put my mom in the movie as an extra in one of these.
Oh, really?
He put my mom at the end of the scene. It was a guitar scene that I was playing.
Okay.
I mean, just being around him in that set was just a different environment. It felt like I was part of his family.
Well, let me ask you this: like, you're a young kid, you're in movies. All of a sudden, you're surrounded by these big stars. Does that ever intimidate you? Because I was scared when Dark Side was on earlier. I'm like, oh,
right.
You know.
Yeah. No.
As a young kid, is that pressure?
It's definitely pressured myself as being I'm like, oh yeah, I hope I do good. But overall, once you got to meet them and you're settled in, it honestly wasn't even that bad. Because I mean, they're all, for the most part, every single big actor I've met is genuinely just a nice person. Jennifer Aniston was great. She was just nice.
Oh,
she smelled
man.
good as well.
Oh, I love it. I've been watching the morning show with her and Steve Carell. All right, like I said, when I watch film and television, I lean towards like the magical and mythical and things that don't happen when you walk out the door, But I highly recommend the morning show with her. She is tremendous in that, so she smells good. I'm dead. Listen. As for she's like her and Will Smith are like this weird human. There's weird genes about them where the older they get, the more gorgeous they become. It's so weird. It's like fine wine.
Jennifer Aniston's not aged.
Yeah, I don't think she does. If any of you are looking for the secret to youth, you gotta ask. You gotta
if you can.
give their blood and let's get it moving around a little bit, right?
Exactly.
But so I have so many things like on my list of did you always I mean I know you didn't maybe get a choice in the matter at first, but I mean when I was growing up, right, I wanted to be an astronaut, a fireman, a policeman, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was it always like I want to act?
It was always I mean yes when I got into the theater, yes it was. But at first, when I was like younger, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I just had all these dreams. But when I first started getting to theater, yes, 100%.
Yeah. Because for me, like for me, I didn't know, like you mean, and I'm not like saying this. I don't think you did anything wrong, right? Or your parents did anything wrong. I would never say that because I don't think everybody's the same. It's definitely you have to have a strong will and a strong mind for you, because you don't want to be portraying other people when you don't know who yourself is yet, right? So I think you have done a tremendous job of being yourself, but also knowing when to it's work. It's time to work, right? A lot of people lose themselves in these roles, and we've seen the outcomes of that with many different stars. And I think you're, like I said, I think you're gonna have a long career, and I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. And what director have you worked with that was like, that's the guy that I want to work with in the future again?
Zack Snyder. I wish to say Gary Marshall, Gary. But rest in peace, Gary. Like that.
Yeah.
Like probably definitely him.
Zach.
Zach for sure. Zach.
Yeah, I can't even, like, I want to meet him so bad, right? And I've reached out to his agents and everything, and the timing never works out or anything like that. And it's like a dream of mine to talk to him. So, I mean, is he just as nice as he is like on all this stuff?
He's nice. He's just a genuine man. He's
passionate.
He's passionate for the movies, everything he does. When he films, you can just tell he brings a good energy and is very passionate about what he wants.
As far as being on set, that's what you got is like
his vision is so awesome. It's great.
How did they do that? How did they hoist you up through the? How did that happen?
I've gotten that question so many times. I mean, okay, so they put me in a harness, and there's kind of a green screen, and they just lifted me up, and then they would drop me. But then right before I would fall, they had a stunt double, have this pads underneath and have someone jump and fall right there.
Yeah. So
shout out to her though.
It was a her?
It was a her. Yeah. Yes.
Wow, look at that.
I know.
How old was she?
She was probably mid-20s, I would say.
Oh wow. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that scene and see if I can catch anything of it.
Like
yeah. So let's walk through that scene. So we got you running. So you're running through the field, right, Jack?
Running through the woods, running
He's
away.
running and Alfred's chasing him. Yeah.
How long was that? Was that one day? Was it one week?
It was definitely. It would probably 3. I can't remember how many days, but it definitely took multiple days for sure. But because we would do the running scene in one place, we would switch to another part and have the other like little hole. It was probably like where you see me falling into the hole where I like hit my face, probably like 4 or 5 foot hole. And then so I would fall and then I would fall back. And then we transferred to another set area where they had like a big cave where they were attached with a harness. And then I would just fall down and they would record me falling. And then they would just come from this angle right here and just watch me fall right there.
Wow.
Yeah.
So like that's so like incredible to me. Like the art of filmmaking is so like people really do, like outsiders, right? People who never studied film, never dabbled in it. They think that it's literally like, all right, the camera's here. You record everything, and then you go in, you edit it.
Right.
No, there's so much, especially with these big budget films. Like,
it's I have something to say, but especially with the bats. Like when I was looking, no bats there at all. Nothing. It was just nothing. When the bats were coming, and then I got lifted up. Like it was like it's so crazy what they can do with all that, and just it's insane. But yeah, when I was doing it, there was no bats there.
So you kind of had to. How did they tell you to like
visualize
that? Where they
Zach would come over and talk to me and kind of just feel like as if there's just like a bunch of something around you, and just try to just be terrified at first, and then kind of like as you're getting into it, kind of accept it, and then you're being lifted into the air.
It's so weird. Like,
Can I ask you a question? I want to ask you, when you go to school, the movie comes out. Were you like just the boss? You're like, I'm Batman.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, check me out. Bragging rights.
No. My mom. I got a mother that humbles me, which is good. So it's always
That's what the bat's for.
Sometimes I get but no. I mean, when the movie came out, I definitely got a lot more attention for it.
Yeah.
But it kind of. Like I said,
dude, if I was 10 years old and I played Bruce Wayne, I'd be carried like Xerxes in 300 in the class.
Right.
You're such a dork, dude. I love it. You're such a fucking dork. I love that. But yeah, I was gonna say like, I mean, people must look up to you. Is there like, did you when you were young, like 10? Did you have to go to like a special school that like with other actor kids or?
Yes. And it wasn't other actors. There was other people that kind of really had to make time. Some athletes, some stuff like that. Just people that needed time. So I went to this school. It was called Rivers Academy. 3 days a week, 4 hours a day, get my work done.
4 hours?
4 hours a day. It was.
That's
awesome.
it.
That was it, dude. It was awesome.
Wow.
Yeah. So and then if I had to travel away, like when I did Berlin Station, I was living in Germany, Berlin I was living in Berlin for probably like about 8 to 10 months with. So they would just transfer me the work. I'd print it, do it, send it back to them, and it was all good. They were great. They were awesome.
Right. And so how was Berlin Station? That's a series. It's something. Yeah, because I haven't watched it yet. But it's on my list that people tell me like watch this, right?
Yeah, no, it was awesome.
What is your
that
character?
was star-studded too.
So in that one, I played the
without spoiling it, because I haven't watched it yet. All right,
we're not spoiling.
All right.
The son of a CIA detective. They kind of in Berlin doing terrorist work, stuff like that. Shout out to Leland Orser though. He played your dad. He was awesome, dude. Like loved that guy to death. So I play the son of a CIA detective, and so my character is like I want to spend time with my father. Like I don't get to see him very often. Living with my mother, like it's one of those things. And during it, he gets like really busy and doesn't make time for me. And then that kind of creates a bit of a broken bond between us. And then you really see us connect back together because he's trying his hardest to stay with the CIA and then having a son and getting through that. So it's a really beautiful episodes of that.
I got to see a little bit of it in the show. The kid doesn't know that his dad's a CIA agent. Noah's right. Yeah, he has no idea. He thinks his dad is just like
know that his dad does CIA. That's why in one of the scenes I'm like, what is your job? Like, tell me. And he's like, oh, I just do some. You wouldn't understand. And then I find out, and it's just like, it's crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, isn't your dad a little bit cooler now? I think that's like something
I'm
like
like,
that.
Shoot.
All right, Dad, I see you.
I see.
Someone in the chat wanted me to ask you. I think you answered a little bit, but how was Jeremy Irons? I was working with Jeremy Irons. I know you touched on it, but I mean, he's so many iconic characters, like Scar, right?
Oh yeah,
like he's literally the Scar. Like that's intimidating, and then obviously, like he's brilliant. He's a brilliant actor. Like when you meet these people, do you like kind of like try to like learn from them in any way?
Of course, 100%. I'll like, because he's such a professional during the scene. Like it's just, you can just watch and just get information from me. But he was awesome. Really nice guy. Taught me a lot of things. He's awesome. He was great.
That's awesome. I've Jeremy Irons is one of those people, like when you meet him, you kind of just got to be like,
okay, let me
shake my hand, shake your hand, like. I will observe and watch your brilliance come to life, and he's taken the Alfred character and really like, because people loved like the Dark Knight, the Alfred in the Dark Knight. I always
Michael Caine.
Yeah, thank you. The Alfred in the Dark Knight, like it was just like Alfred, right? It was just Alfred, and he was integral to the story. But Jeremy Irons has done something with that character that
he's kind of turned it into like a kind of sidekick type of thing. Like he's there, like doing all this stuff.
Well,
it's awesome.
Yeah, like even I loved when Batman even said, but Ben says, I work for him. Like, hey guys, this is Alfred. I work for him. Like, and then Jeremy Irons, he went on to play in the new Watchmen series as Ozymandias. I have such trouble with
right.
And I have you watched that show, the Watchmen on HBO?
I have not watched it.
I highly recommend it.
Okay.
Highly recommend it. It tackles a lot of real world issues.
What's called the Watchmen, you said?
Yeah. The Watchmen.
It's kind of like a loose sequel to the graphic novel, but it almost works like one to the movie also. I think you could see it as one. There's a few differences, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely and Zach obviously did Watchmen, the film Watchmen, but then HBO kind of they like Jack said, it's not a direct sequel to the film. It's a direct sequel to the actual book. And they're exploring new, other things, and what you get to see, it's awesome. It's really like a fun story. I do recommend it, just for you for studying reasons.
Yeah, of course. I'm pumped. It seems awesome.
But and I told you this before is today is for AFSP. Today is for thanking Zack Snyder. Is there anything that because not that maybe that he wouldn't watch it or he would. Is there anything you'd like to say directly to Zach or to anyone in Warner Brothers who helped get these films made? Is there anything that you're grateful for?
I'm grateful for Zach releasing it, and I'm grateful for Zach making this project for her, and just that what all the DC fans are doing to come together in the situation. It's just been awesome. So please, go donate to that and everything. And it's just the way the movie has brought people together is what I really want to thank him for as well. It's beautiful.
Yeah, man. And I mean, at one point, I don't know what the number is right now, but this movement and what I mean by that is it's not just a film anymore, right? It's not just a series of films. It's a movement, and for most people, when they sat down on March 18th or March 15th or March 13th or whenever you watched it, it wasn't a movie. It was the light at the end of the tunnel after so long.
Yeah.
Such a long journey, and $500,000 was raised about a month ago in total, right? We hit the half a million mark, and as far as fan bases go, like it's truly tremendous. It's inspirational.
Awesome. It's beautiful.
It's inspirational. And
yeah.
I really enjoy, talking to the people that are a part of it, and we've been very grateful to have had some great guests. And I
appreciate you talking to me as well. I appreciate what you guys and Zach and everyone is doing. It's awesome.
Yeah, and I have your number, and when I'm sorry, Fear Street.
Fear Street, yes.
Fear Street.
It'll be on Netflix.
Netflix.
Yeah. Ooh, hot. Now we've opened a whole new category here. Is work okay? You've worked with big studios, like Warner Brothers.
Right.
Then you go work with Netflix. And I was telling someone last night that actors. So back in the day, it was kind of like a stepping stone, right? So you went to school, then you worked in TV, and then you made it to film, right? But now it's not the same way.
Oh, it's like off and on and everything.
Right. And so how is working with Netflix as a studio?
It's actually Netflix. It's a crazy story. So like with the pandemic coming out, it's supposed to come out a really long time ago. It was, and then the pandemic happened. And then they actually sold it to Netflix.
Oh, yeah, so it was a studio film, and then they sold it.
They sold it to Netflix.
Well, if anything, I've heard Netflix is a good studio to work for. Clearly, a lot of people enjoy and enjoy their work, and hopefully, if any, because I know they're going to expand the Army of the Dead universe with Zach, so you should audition and see where it goes.
That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. So. Just saying, man. Just saying that universe is going to expand, and you should throw your hat in the ring.
I'm excited to watch it expand. I'm so
hyped. One thing I always ask people is, when you become a part of the filmmaking process, is it weird to watch films that you're in and films that because now you kind of see behind the curtain, right? And how they get made, and is it weird to then like go watch? Watchmen, like something you're not even in, but like you're watching it and you're like, okay, well, I think I know how they did this, how they did that.
Right. It's like I can like explain to people, like they're like, how do they do this? And then like there's all kind of different stuff, like, oh, they did that. It's pretty interesting. It's awesome.
I always thought that once you're a part of something, like your enjoyment for experiencing that thing, it becomes lessened by the fact that you do know how it's all done. And it's hard to lose yourself in a story when that it's like how they're the behind the scenes of it all. And that's what always scared me about like being in film and being in television is will I enjoy watching other film and television after?
Oh, I still love watching it. Even after Batman Justice League was awesome.
Yeah.
Even though I kind of get a rundown of everything. I'm still excited for the Snyder Cut. I was pumped. I still have the excitement of watching movies, even though I'm kind of already a part of it. Like with the DC family, like I still get pumped to watch like the Flash, Aquaman movies, Wonder Woman, stuff like
that. So who's your favorite? You can't say Batman either. I'm gonna have to kick you out. I'm gonna have to kick you out of here, dude. Who's your favorite superhero in general? You could include Marvel characters if you'd like. Actually, is there a Marvel character that you enjoy watching?
Marvel character that I enjoy watching. I do watch Marvel a lot. Probably Thor.
Yeah. Gotta love Thor, man. Gotta love Thor. Have you been? I also recommend Falcon and Winter Soldier. It's on right now, and that's a good show to watch. I thought. Did you guys watch the second episode?
I did.
Brandon didn't. Brandon did not. He's too busy for that. But he's too busy. It's too busy for that. Plus, it's the competitor. No one likes the competitor. No, but it was actually really good. I thought it was pretty good, and I'm excited to see them expand upon this series. And I think it's a little bit better than WandaVision, but that's just me.
I still need to watch WandaVision. I still need to take a look at that.
Just don't expect it to be more than it is. Right?
My friends told me it's good. Like
it is. It is. It's good. It's good. But what the fans did is they anticipated too much, so they put their expectations way up here, and then it was down here, and That's the problem with all these. That's the problem with fan theories is you get all these like exciting things.
Like they post about it like, oh, look at this. This is gonna happen. And we want this. We want this. We want this. And then it doesn't happen. It's like, oh,
Yeah. So any final? Plus, I would love to have you back. By the way, and like I said, I know how to get in touch with you. And your agent has been nothing but she's a very sweet woman. She was very like into it right away. She just said, I just have to ask him and make sure it's okay with him and yada yada yada.
Shoot me a text whenever, dude. I would love to.
Yeah, and because I would love to when that new show comes out and we could talk about it and maybe do some breakdowns and you like video games and stuff.
Oh, dude, love video games.
There we go.
So that's more for him and my other co-host. But
what about, are you Xbox or PS4?
PS4 and 5.
Oh, okay.
What about you? What are you?
Yeah, he already said he saw Xbox. I heard him say it earlier. Yeah.
I can do cross-platforming. They do cross-platforming.
They do that now with everything.
So we can do that.
But yeah, no. I need to get a PS5 though.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And we would, like I said, we would definitely love to have you back in whatever form or fashion that comes in. I know how to get in touch with you, and we're so grateful for you, man. And any final thoughts? Where can they find you? I know where to find you, but where can they find you?
On social media?
Yeah.
If I'm on Instagram, it's just mainly Brandon.Spink on everything. Facebook, Instagram.
I had a cool little thing for you too, but Jack's here, so I couldn't use it. It was this Brandon Spink, but I never got to use it. It would have looked like this. Wait, let's get the actual background here. So for anyone, it would have looked like this had we not had Jack here. Jack's, whatever. I didn't anticipate the 3. So,
this is so cool. This is awesome.
Yeah. I took a lot of time and I was like, you know what? I need to do this. I need to show what it would have looked like. But no, Jack, I'm so grateful that you were here too, man.
Yeah, I the background too, the wall, stuff on the wall.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No, yeah, I put a lot of work into like making this. I used to use like green screens and stuff.
Yeah.
And it just didn't. It was like unnatural. So I took some time and some money and put it aside. Yeah. So
I love the tattoo as well, man. That's so cool.
Oh, actually, I have a Justice League leg sleeve as well.
Really?
So this is the only Marvel tattoo that I have, but I would show you, but it's like. Yeah, it's too much. It's too much. But Brandon, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I know the Snyder Cut community thanks you as well. Guys, definitely donate to AFSP and to Autumn Snyder's Tribute Fund.
Please donate.
Please donate.
I appreciate you guys for having me on the show. This has been awesome. I've had such a blast.
Yeah, man. We'll get you back soon, and we'll talk about when. Is there a rough estimate on when that will come out?
I don't know if I'm allowed to say.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Hopefully soon.
Hopefully soon. It's done. It's done. But we'll see when it comes. So thank you so much, Brandon.
Thank you guys, for real. I really appreciate
I will definitely be in touch. And thank you for being part of this family, this universe, and in our lives. I really appreciate that.
I appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
You guys have a good one, guys.
You too.
All right, that was really fun. That was really fun.
That flew.
That did fly by.
Yeah.
We still have the half hour to go, and I figured that we could talk about Suicide Squad.
Yeah, let's talk about Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Suicide Squad, and what that is going to entail, and what that means, and what was your favorite part of it?
I gotta admit, seeing King Shark, because I wondered how they were going to do it. They're going to go really hard, like in some of the animated stuff, or they're going to make it more like, I think they based it more off the Harley Quinn series, which is on HBO Max, where he's scary, but he's kind of funny. He's kind of almost adorable, but you see him eating a dude.
Yeah. He's absolutely horrifying until he's funny, and like the part where he's like in the theater and he's like, or the briefing room, and he's like, hand. I was like, I'm dying.
Do you know that's Sylvester Stallone?
What?
Yeah, they just revealed it. That's Sylvester Stallone. And then you hear his voice, you're like, oh, that is Sly. So they had another motion capture actor, but they just confirmed, like on Twitter yesterday, James Gunn confirmed it, and Sylvester Stallone confirmed it, that it is him doing the voice.
Oh,
kind of the way Vin Diesel does Groot, I guess,
Yeah. So I was thinking maybe We could watch the trailer if you'd like.
Sure.
No,
Well, yeah, we might.
no. I'm not doing it. I've been down this road too many times at this point. But
They took us down for the Batman trailer. Remember?
yeah, I'm all set with Warner Brothers right now. But yeah, the movie looks good. A little bit too much with the penis jokes. I thought, I could have done without them in the trailer.
I did like John Cena's line where he's like, "If there's a beach full of them, I would eat them for liberty." Like, I was like, that's kind of funny because he had said in fandom that it's like a douchey Captain America.
Yeah.
And I kind of thought a little bit of Homelander a little bit there. And I kind of liked the way he delivered that line. Like, he's not offended. He would do it for America, you know?
Yeah. And listen, don't get me wrong. Like, I think this movie's going to, now we kind of know now that it is kind of a sequel.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be rewriting history. It seems to be like it's sequeling. And that is not a bad idea. It's not. It's absolutely, I think, something that is going to work well because we already kind of know what Amanda Waller's all about. And Rick Flag looks like he's a little bit more laid back. And I was, what did I call him? No, Rick. Did I say Rick Flag or Rick Gunn?
It's Rick Flag, Colonel Rick Flag.
I know who it is. For a second I questioned what I just said, but Rick Flag is what I meant. If I said something different,
You said right, yeah.
okay. But Captain Boomerang looks.
Yeah, when I saw him again, I knew he was going to be in it, but I was like, because he was definitely a part of the first one, and obviously Will Smith is not back, but there's definitely continuity here, and I love it.
Yeah, and it's Starro.
How about that?
The Justice League's first villain.
Yeah.
As soon as they said, we got a kaiju, I was like, don't tell me Starro's going to be jumping in there. And then you just see a giant starfish walking around. I was like, whoa!
But see, that to me shows like, it's sort of like, with the Snyder Cut, they gave, let Zach do his thing. With this, you can tell they're letting James Gunn. They're giving control to him. They know he's a very successful writer and director, and let him do it. He can make the ridiculous awesome. That's what's great about James Gunn. It takes a special talent, a special type of mind to make the ridiculous and silly seem awesome. And that looked awesome. I didn't mind. I was like, oh, that's brilliant. I love it.
Yeah, it looked really good. Like I thought. And listen, I would love for Will Smith is, by the way, if anyone doesn't know this about me, Will Smith is my favorite actor of all time. I've been a Will Smith fan for years and years and years and years. You can ask my family, whatever. I would have loved to see him in this movie. I really would have. And I would have loved to see him been taken seriously by a director. Like I know David Ayer took him seriously, but I would have liked, because people are taking the Suicide Squad a little bit more seriously than they did with the first one.
I also appreciate it. We already knew this. I'm glad it's a hard R, that it's not a soft R rating. Like sometimes there'll be R rated because there's a couple F-bombs. No, this is bloody. And I kind of give props for them to go in that direction. They could easily make it PG-13 and try to make, more appealable to like, younger teenagers or whatever. But this is a hard R movie. There are going to be a lot of teenagers who are going to be like, how do I get to see this?
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's going to be on HBO Max too. But I loved it. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. Harley was funny in it. I'm seeing Margot Robbie again. I loved it. She was the redeeming part of Birds of Prey. So just seeing her do her thing is just always fun.
Yeah, so there were some similarities between Harley and the animated Harley. I know that was addressed, saying that it was kind of merely coincidence. And it wasn't meant to be a nod or anything. It was just happy that they both took the character in kind of the same way. And
people have to remember the Harley Quinn character is very recent in comic book history, and it was first in the animated show. So the character has kind of gone through these permutations. Like she's very different in, let's say, the Arkham video games. They're still trying to figure it out. And I think what Margot did and what Kaylee Cuoco did in the animated series, I love this progression because I think this is a great character compared to, let's say, 20 years ago when it was just, she's here to be at Joker's side. She's too big of a character now to just make someone's girlfriend.
Yeah. So I have, so guys, here's the schedule for day, I think there's been slight alterations, but Bridging the Geekdoms is going to be happening after us. And I do have, I have the host here. Robert, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Nothing much. I wanted to let you get in here and promote that you guys will be up next, and I'm excited to see what's going on. I think you guys have done a really great job with this. Really though, that video, by the way, I thought it was just one person. I didn't know that. I didn't know. I sounded like an idiot. I was like, yeah, this is one fan, and then all of a sudden it was all of them, and I was like, wow, this video is really good though.
Yeah, well, yeah, a couple of us were talking about it, and we were like, hey, what do we want to do to show these videos? And we just decided, like, hey, why don't we just put them together and then show them on everybody's show? Because unfortunately, not every single person is going to be able to watch every show over the next 2 days. So we thought, what the heck? Let's just put it all together and just have every show show it at least one time during their stream. So that was kind of the idea behind it. And it's great to see people responding to stuff like this, to coming up and saying, oh, hey, this is what this means to me. This is what Zach means to me. This is what this movie means to me. And it's amazing. It's amazing what this has reached and what this has done over the course of 3 years now. So definitely.
And we were definitely lucky to I had already kind of tapped Allison and Brandon, and then I was asked to do this, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I could throw it all together and put it all into one and to make it for charity and make it for all these different things and to say thank you to Zach. And so it all worked out so perfectly. And I'm very grateful to you and to all the people who put this together. And I think you guys have done, you guys are awesome. So
hey, you're a big part of it now. You did an excellent job. I did get to see the entire interview with Allison. I unfortunately didn't get to see her second interview yet. I'm going to go back and watch all that later, but I've been pretty busy today. So,
of course,
but you're doing excellent. Keep it up. I hope people that are watching here now do jump over to my channel. When this is over, my show is going to be a little bit different than what we've seen with Four Nerds and you so far. You had some people you're interviewing and talking to, and Four Nerds kind of really got in depth about the Restore the Snyderverse side of things. But what I want to talk about on my show today is just what we love about what Snyder has created thus far with Man of Steel, Batman vs Superman, and the Snyder Cut. And we're going to just go through the movies, and I want fans to interact, just explain to us and tell us what the movies have meant to you, what have been your favorite moments and everything like that. And that's all what my show is going to be about. So I'm hoping that people tune in and join in the discussion, because that's what brought us all together to begin with. And I want us to continue pushing forward that way. That's what's so big about this Us United, is it is more than a hashtag. We're united about it for our love for this universe that Snyder has created. And I just want to really push that with my show.
I'll be there, man. And I know Jack will, and we know George is going to be there.
George says he'll be jumping over. Not yet. Wait till we're done. But that sounds exciting. Just we have so many comic book movies out there, and I love the MCU, but I love that fans are pausing to look at they don't just watch. Okay, we saw Batman vs Superman. What's the next thing? No, they sit and appreciate the film. Not just as a film, but as a work of art. And as time has gone on, I fall in love with those movies more and more. And the fandom has made me fall in love, because then you watch it and you pick up things. And I'm only on my fourth rewatch of Zack Snyder's Justice League.
Yeah, only.
I didn't notice that the first time. He's such a great storyteller, and I'm so happy that we watched that video earlier of people all over the world. I have family in Pakistan, and my cousins were like, "How do we see this? Do you HBO Max? We use your account?" I'm like, I don't think it works that way. But there was that yearning. They want to see it. They don't want to wait. They're like, and luckily there's a streaming service that is showing it over there in that part of the world. And it's just so great that this movement has become more than just fans about a movie. We're in a lot of fan bases. I'm a Star Wars fan, Star Trek fan, but this one has been so special compared to any other fandom. And it's just a pleasure to be a part of.
Really quick, I've included Bridging the Geekdom's channel in our description, so that way you can, stay here, and right when it's over, go into the description, bank, and then you'll be transferred over, and you'll be able to start with him, so that way we can keep it all flowing and going in sequential order. So there it is. Yeah,
right click.
I thought ahead about a lot of these things. I know, smart, right?
But I'm gonna get going. I have some to finish up before my show. Thank you guys so much for what you're doing. Keep on going. I love your show, so I'm so excited to have you guys a part of the event. So with all that, guys, I will catch everybody over at my show in about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, right. Get ready, man. We're coming.
All right, take it easy.
Right. So yeah, so the Bridging the Geekdom will be next, guys, and then we have such a long light cast. World's no, I don't remember if World's. There is an alteration somewhere in this that I don't remember what it is. But there's so this is the first version of it, so it could be slightly changed. I'm an idiot, but these are the shows. Maybe not necessarily the times, but I know that Pop Culture Corner, us 2 to 4, Bridging the Geekdom is 4 to 6. So anything after that, I might be wrong on, so I'm not going to say. But yeah, so the Suicide Squad trailer is dropped. We now know that Billy Crudup will not be Barry's father, and who's playing him again? Ron Livingston. Ron Livingston.
He was in God of Monsters, wasn't he?
Ron Livingston.
Ron Livingston, him, yeah.
So-
I mean, he's
so-
also a good actor, very good actor. But I think it had to do with he's on another show, right?
Yeah, he's
Billy
on
Crudup.
that's why I referenced the morning show.
Morning, that's right. Yeah.
The morning show is the show that is keeping him. And listen, I kind of that's kind of brings me back to my point about the whole TV versus film.
Yeah.
Actors would really rather work on long form storytelling because it's so good now.
Yeah.
Like, picture this: that we're in a universe where Billy Crudup chose the morning show on Apple Plus over the Flash movie with Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
I mean, and it does come down to contracts, and I know there's way more to it, but
Yeah.
but, I mean, the morning show is really good, really good.
I'm gonna have to watch that. But no, look, I like Billy Crudup a lot, and especially in the Snyder cut or the Zack Snyder's Justice League. He has so much more, and there's so much emotionality in his performance. You know, like when he talks to Barry about getting a job. He's like, "That's my boy. I taught him nothing he knows." Like those
That
small
was
moments.
beautiful.
Yeah.
That was really, and it's going to be hard to replace.
Yeah.
And it's going to be weird for a lot of people because I love Billy Crudup as Barry's dad, and it's Henry Allen, I believe. Yeah, Henry Allen. And now that we're going to be going backwards, and it's not like for Flashpoint I keep saying Flashpoint, but it's not like for Flash we can substitute Ron Livingston and then go back to Billy Crudup. No, it's going to be Ron going forward now, and it's holy shit. How did you watch the Zack Snyder Justice League 13 goddamn times? My lord, that is a lot of hours. But hey, I love it. Sorry, I didn't mean to swear like that.
No, but how many times did you see it that first weekend when we got the early access?
I saw it 3 in 3 days.
Wow.
I watched it once per day for 3 days, and then it came out, and I watched it. So I'm up to 6 viewings.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Wow.
But granted, one of them was just like me letting it play in the background.
Okay.
So I watched it 3 times in depth, and then twice like kind of while I was like cleaning, and then once was purely I just put it on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hearing so many stories of people like, sometimes a movie comes out, you watch it once, but then you don't really have a yearning to see it again. With this one, like the other night I had trouble sleeping, so I put it on, right? The Justice is Gray edition.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, I got to stop it because I will not sleep. No matter, I could take Tylenol PM and every sleeping aid. I'm not going to fall asleep because this movie is so engaging. Even, the more you watch it becomes more fun because certain moments are coming and you get to kind of absorb it more. You get to like kind of swim in the movie a little bit more. And I'm curious how many other times other fans who are following us right now have watched it, but it's just so fantastic. It's such a good movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that don't think that. All right, so let's address something here. I don't think that we should be like abandoning the Flash movie, right? I don't think that a lot of people don't want to see it because they don't know where it's gonna be. Like, but all we have to know is that Ezra Miller's in it, right?
Yeah.
As long as Ezra's in it, then it's our Flash, and we need to support that character because where he started was Zack Snyder's Justice. I mean technically BVS, but and then Suicide Squad and so on and so forth, but we definitely have to show him support.
Yeah, exactly. And look, I still have hope in the Restore the Snyderverse. I mean, I heard the numbers coming out of Canada were ridiculous. I heard the numbers coming from like East Asia are ridiculous, and it's only been not even 10 days, 9 days.
Right.
It came out on the 18th. So have patience. Keep tweeting. Keep retweeting. Restore the Snyderverse. It hit 1.4 million. I think it almost beat the Endgame tweets. but stick with the product. Don't hate Suicide Squad or Flash or try to cancel your HBO subscription. You know, you want to celebrate this movie. We went through hell to get this. We can do it again. Us united.
Us, you. Oh, that's beautiful, man. Us united. Billy, this is the best stream so far. There's only been two.
Yeah. It's like saying this is my favorite stream with a guy named Kai on it. But thank you, I appreciate it.
I'm dead. I love you guys, though. I really do. And you know, I don't cancel your HBO Max. Head out and support Suicide Squad. By the way, guys, Wednesday. It's really creeping up on us here. It seems like kind of weird, but Wednesday, March 31st, for our join us live for coverage of Godzilla vs. Kong, live at Showcase Cinemas Deluxe inside the theater, a pre and post show, all taking place live at Showcase Cinemas, sponsored and presented by the theater. So that's going to be a really fun time. To pause this and give us a little second to breathe. But here is.
Basically, in layman's terms, this place is awesome.
All right. Yeah, so we're going to be live from Showcase on March 31st for all-day coverage of Godzilla vs. Kong. It's going to be so much fun, and I can't wait to see this movie in theaters. I can't wait to see it on the big screen, the way it was envisioned and the way it was made. Let me know in the comments, guys. Are you excited for Godzilla vs. Kong? Are you meh? Are you not excited at all? I'd be interested to find out. I know that, you know, us working with Showcase Cinemas has been such a great experience, and it's been truly fun, and we're blessed to be doing it.
Yeah, and look, the movie like this, like the Snyder Cut, I hope at some point we see a theatrical Snyder Cut, is meant to be seen on the big screen. You want to see two big titans, you know, please don't watch it on your phone.
Yeah. I truly, there's not enough I can say about this whole experience of the show and doing the show. And, you know, we're going to be doing Godzilla vs. Kong, then probably Mortal Kombat, then probably Black Widow. I don't know, or whatever, but we'll definitely be doing all the tentpole films with Showcase. So definitely stay tuned for all those. We're going to be wrapping it up in a couple minutes, guys. I truly want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys, you know, for being part of this roller coaster ride that is the Pop Culture Corner. I know we have so much in store for you. You know, for the next month, I won't really be a part of it too much, but you know, I'm kind of handing the keys over to Jack and Justice and letting them, you know, take this to the next level. And I got things to deal with. So, you know.
And we have some exciting stuff planned. We have some cool interviews coming up. So,
next Saturday, I got a funny story actually. Yeah. Owen Gleiberman, who's the chief film critic for Variety, he messaged me today and was like, "Hey, I'm running a little late." I was like, "What? For what?" And he was like, "We're doing the show today, right?" And I was like, "Oh, come on, no." I was like, "No, we're not. It's next Saturday." And he was like, "Oh." And I was like, "Is that okay?" And he was like, "Oh, I just went back and read it, and I understand what you mean now." Yeah, it's okay. I almost thought we lost it. I was like, "All right, we'll bring you on for 3 to 4." Like I would have done that or something. Yeah, but that would have been so bad, I guess.
Would have been, I guess, yeah. And then on top of it, we had almost a similar situation with Marcel. But you know, these guys are so busy.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, you know, but luckily we got Marcel, and I think it actually, as you said, worked out better for us.
It did. It did work out a lot better for us as a show. You know, we're given an experience of a lifetime with a movie that was once in a lifetime. So, by the way, guys, quick shout out to our patrons. The list is small, yet we just started it. So at Caden Reed, Nick DePalma, Odd, and That One Carlos are the first of many, hopefully, of Patreons. You guys can join. It's $5 a month. Help support the show. Keep the full HD streams and watch parties. It keeps us moving forward on productions for pre-recorded stuff. You get early access to podcasts, other pre-recorded content that we do make, and yearly gifts, behind-the-scenes content, all that. Anything I could think of, I kind of throw it on there. So it does really help, and it helps. It supports the show. So if you like the show and you want to see it succeed and you want to be a part of it from an early jump, please do become a Patreon. I promise it's worth it. And I love all of you. And Jack, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be here. That was really fun. And Allison was great. I love her enthusiasm.
Her energy is unmatched energy, and her being, and Ray Porter stopping by, and then Brandon. Today was a really fun day, and I'm like I said, I feel blessed. I really do.
And it's funny you mentioned Brandon, because I looked him up on Instagram to see what he looks like now. But even I was still kind of picturing that kid, even though I know logically he's grown up since then. But I was like, it'd be kind of funny if the little kid shows. But that it's funny you mentioned that. That he is grown up. He said he's in high school now, huh?
Yeah, he's a junior in high school, and to address this, I for about a month or so. So the story is, my mother has stage 4 breast cancer, and they've given her a little bit of time left, and I'm going to be spending time with my mother for the time being, and I'll be back, but I'm going to take over as producer for about a month or so or whatever, and Jack and Justice will be... What is going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
Nothing. You at the park? Oh, look at that. So cute.
Yeah,
taking the kids out.
Backyard.
Oh, wow. Your backyard is awesome.
I know. It wasn't easy, I'll tell you that. But I know you guys are about to wrap things up. I just want to jump on and say, this is all for a good cause. You guys definitely donate to AFSP. Subscribe to Ty's channel. He's got a good channel. What was that?
That was AFSP. I've been doing like quick flashes of it, so it's like a marketing strategy, right? Like
subliminal messaging.
What did you just see there? What was it?
A picture of the. Never mind. But yeah,
I have this one.
Definitely do that.
But no, and it's been painful for me, not being able to join you for the watch parties. I have a lot going on, but I will be there soon. And I'm gonna try to like take some time and then stop in for one or two of them. And I from the bottom of my heart, this fandom is so good and so genuine and so. I mean, everyone's been so nice and understanding, and I've been a little on edge. I'm not gonna lie. I got a lot that's on my mind, but you guys have been so helpful, and I honestly, like, without the show, I'd probably feel a little bit more alone.
Well, definitely, and that's what we're all here for. And like I said, if you need anything, man, let me know. Let us know, and we'll be there. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Shout out to you, Nicotina, and your show, and you guys did a great job. And you're just a good person, so I just want to say thank you for being a friend.
Of course, man. You're a good guy, so.
Yeah.
And this is all for a good cause too. That's why I invited you to come do this, and I'm glad that we got everyone else involved as well. And so and we got a lot more shows left to come. And
hell yeah,
I got to go because my kids are okay. So I just want to say to everybody, and dudes, donate, subscribe to his channel, and I'll talk to you guys later.
All right, Nick.
All right, thanks.
Have a good one, man. So lots of love today, lots of good things. So before we wrap up today, guys, if this is your first time at the Pop Culture Corner, we want to welcome you. we want to say thank you, and we hope that you'll subscribe. To you guys that are returning, consider becoming members of the Patreon. Like I said before, you get tons of exclusive benefits and exclusive content, including behind the scenes, early access to podcasts and other pre-recorded content. You also get a yearly gift on us, of course, and discount to our official store, the Pop Culture Corner store, where all your Pop Culture Corner merchandise exists in the closet. Thank you guys for all being a part of this today. Jack, thank you for helping me put it together. Thank you everyone behind the scenes, and thank you to all of you guys. We're all in this together. Donate to AFSP, donate to Autumn Snyder's Tribute Fund. Thank you, Zack Snyder and family, Deborah, and all the kids. Thank you for your dedication to the fans, to this universe, and to this to just being good people. And we wouldn't be here in this fashion. We wouldn't be united. We wouldn't be us united if it wasn't for you. And we owe you a debt of gratitude that will never be paid. And I'm so happy. I really am.
Yeah.
Jack.
Boy, what else can I say? I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. Stay united. Don't let this movement die out just because the movie's already out. Stay united. Keep watching the movie. Keep sharing it, just like we promoted the movie going into this March 18th. Afterwards, it's on us to continue to promote the movement, continue raise funds for AFSP.
I know.
Yeah,
That's not my problem.
I think a real.
Yeah, do it for that guy. His family worked really hard to entertain us.
Yes.
And the least we can do is spread awareness and continue to support him as a director, continue to support artists in general. But that vision can still come. We just got to stick with it.
Yep. And then join us, guys. Join us Wednesday, and we have a big week actually. We have really big week coming up. We have Wednesday, which is Godzilla vs Kong, and then we have Saturday with Owen Gleiberman. So we have a lot coming up as well. So stay tuned for that, guys. Head over to Bridging the Geekdom. It is that time where we are going to wrap up. I thank everyone. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And we'll be with you very soon. We're gonna be doing hopefully maybe something a little bit later. We didn't get to do a podcast today because of this. Not that that's a bad thing, but maybe we'll do it later on. Call if you want. Don't call if you don't want. And come join us Wednesday. All right. So with that being said, we are done. Hashtag us united. Head over to Bridging the Geekdom. Head over to Lightcast. Head over to all those guys. Poindexter Lounge is going to have Ray Fisher on tonight. So definitely tune into that. He's going to be ending the night. So it's been a day. All right, guys.
I was still hoping for Walter Amada to show up, but
yeah, maybe one day. Well, we don't know. We don't know. One day.